What most people fail to realize is that a website project is never just a website. There's much more to the website, right? And what I mean by that is that there are different facets. Okay, so there's the website and then there's social media. There are a lot of things connected to your website. So you have to think of it this way. You have your customer journey, you have your customers out there, and they're going to hit your website. Your website is like a brick and mortar or a building or a store in the mall, if you will. But how are they getting there? How are you communicating with them? So you're going to be communicating with them by email, by social media accounts. You're going to be communicating to them through text. There are different methods of connecting to your customer. And that's something that I help with. That's something that I help coach people on all the time. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions too, is a set it and forget it website. It's one thing to have a website. So let's just say we want to create a website. I can give you any example, and there it is. There's your website. But how are people going to find out about it? How are you going to let people know about your existence? You need to get the name out there. You need to get the word out there. We need to socialize. We have to let people know about who you are and what you do and about what your product or service or business is about. And, some of the best ways of doing that is on social media. And that's one of the things that I really focus on and I really emphasize is that it's an online presence or a digital presence or a modern. It's just so difficult because you almost hate to call it a website because it's just completely experiential. When you're trying to connect to customers, it doesn't matter where you're at. I mean, think of Amazon, think of Google, think of Apple, think of any store, think of everything you do nowadays. It's all done digitally. You're doing it on your phone, you're doing it on a tablet, you're doing it on a laptop, you're doing it on a computer. You're constantly engaging. We're having Zoom conferences now more than ever, and other platforms or whatever to communicate with one another. Um, I help people set up courses and classes now, where you have educational classes, you have spiritual institutions, nonprofit organizations that are doing classes, exercise, yoga studios, martial arts studios, and so on, doing online courses and programs that you can do online where you can sign up now and you can engage in all kinds of stuff digitally. It's an experience. I personally believe, I really feel this way, is that, you go on TV now, you almost don't even want to call it a TV, right? We have Netflix, we have Disney, we have Hulu, we have so many apps now that we can watch stuff on TV. It's an experience. Well, it's the same way nowadays with online. And that's what I try to do. So when I'm working with a customer, client, or an individual on their personal website, I try to make that I try to explain it that way is that you want to have an overall experience, a broad experience, not just a website, not just social media, but it's a whole collective experience. And that's really, really important.